And welcome back to another edition of the Down and Back with CornDoug. This week, I got a show that we wanted to do for a while. Did a women's show before. Now getting the women of Canadian Cornhole on here. Three of the probably the I want to say the top women in the game, just as either from an administrative part or from a playing part, being Vivian, who I feel is one of the top female players in Canada. Nicole Hubbert, who helps like I've said before, she kind of runs the league for Adam. You see her on all the live videos from Peterborough, um, and then a woman I've seen around the game for a long time, Cynthia Rasico. I've seen her coming up to tournaments here for a few years now up here to Kitchener. She's in the Niagara area. She's helping run the Niagara Cornhole League. I know she's had tons, and she'll talk about it. Tons of experience going to play with some people in Upper New York State. So great talk with them. Some news here that's come up within the ACL Canada up here. We've already had a couple great regionals, as I've already talked about, within Peterborough and Brampton. Now we have another regional coming up right here in Kitchener. The Stash Bash, the 5th anniversary of KW Cornhole. I think it's going to be a fantastic time. Unfortunately, I can't make it out to that one. So I have to wait for the next regional coming up, which is December 4th. Still spots available in the advanced division. If you're looking for that there, it's in Peterborough. The ugly sweater tournament that they have every year to help fundraise entrance fee to that tournament. Check out Peterborough Cornhole, but I believe it is just a brand new unwrapped toy. So that's all you have to do to get in the tournament to win some money. Is just bring an unwrapped toy for an underprivileged youth, and play cornhole, help some kids on the way. What better thing is there to do than that there? So is that they're coming up this weekend. Then, as announced here this past week, ACL Canada Central Conference #1 will be held in St. Catharines at the Holiday Inn and Suites. I know we're just working on some hotel room stuff for that there, for if you do want to stay over, because it is a Saturday and a Sunday event. It should be a great time. A lot of divisions. Probably our biggest one that we've had here in Canada so far. Being there's going to be advanced in singles and doubles, advanced, competitive, intermediate. There is a women's division. First time we are offering a seniors division in a tournament. I know I've kind of worked on the schedule, helped work on the schedule the other night. Saturday night of that there, December 11th, there is a Crew Cup tournament at the end of the to finish off that night. Which, if you haven't played Crew Cup, sign up for it. It is a blast to play, and that's why we put that at the end of the night, because we all know Crew Cup, you have way too much fun playing it. Then there's also going to be some blind draws. I believe there's an advanced competitive together blind draw, and then an intermediate blind draw. So it's going to be just kind of all the preliminary stuff on the Saturday. Then in the morning, there's going to be some blind draws on Sunday morning, with the final Sunday morning concluding up with, starting at 1 o'clock, the first ACL Canada Pro Qualifier Tournament. So that's one. You can get all the details on that there on the ACL Canada Facebook page, or checking out online on anything about that. Also, another thing, if you're in, actually, you can almost be from anywhere for doing this year. I want to kind of get out another sponsorship thing, because we are coming into the Christmas season here now that we are in November. If you're in the North Carolina area, or even just anywhere, out of Harrisburg, I've got a great friend who kind of is the guy that introduced me into the game of cornhole. Mike Klebon down in Harrisburg, North Carolina. He runs a great thing down there. Kleb's Kids. He takes there's hundreds of kids that need help down in that area. He kind of does everything for them for Christmas, even back to school stuff in the fall, and just with COVID kind of being the downtime, their fundraisers have kind of dropped. But down the bottom in the description, there's going to be a link for a PayPal. You can go to a website. He does it through his church. A link through that there where you can help donate and help some needy kids out down and around the Charlotte area, the Harrisburg, Charlotte, North Carolina area. A great guy, great cause. I know he does a lot of work for veterans. Like I said, like when I first met him down in Charlotte Motor Speedway, he brings in a guy that brings in 60 wounded warriors and helps and their families and just kind of puts them up for the weekend. And he's a great guy. He does a lot of great stuff for charity. So if you can help them out in any way, please do so. Like I said, the link will be down in the description for that. And talking about helping your stuff out, always got to talk about the sponsors here. OctaneCornhole.com. Check out Matt. He's got a lot of new stuff, new designs and stuff starting to drop. There's even going to be a lot of new merch as well too. Possibly some down and back stuff. You need a down and back jersey. Could be coming up to get your own one to wear at any event you want to. OctaneCornhole.com. Discount code CornDoug gets you 10% off of that. And then, as always, I got the earbuds in. MyEarFun.com. Discount code CornDoug gets you 20% off of earbuds or waterproof Bluetooth speakers. Easy for me to say, as always. Check them out. They got some great deals, some new products coming out for them. Great stuff. Check them out. JC Cornhole. JCCornhole.com. Jamie has been... We're getting like no room left to play at the Octane Garage because he's had an order from Gulf North for they want like 70 boards. He's got some new leagues coming on. Dunnville Cornhole. I've seen your boards. Your boards are ready. If you're in the Cambridge area, Cambridge, Ontario, Forefathers Breweries, I've seen your boards there. And I've been to Forefathers. Go check them out. Some great craft beer there. I was there the other weekend. And then if you're in the Alberta area, Edmonton, Sherwood Park, check out Sierra Property Inspections on Facebook. Talk to Darren if you're in any area. If you're with Cold-Blooded Cornhole, I got it right this time. You're in that Edmonton area as well too. He said he will travel to do any property inspection you need. So he will tell you where the perfect spot is to place your cornhole boards for the winter when you're not able to play outside. And then, as always, a portion of that money, talk about helping kids. A portion of that money does go to a children's hospice center in the Edmonton area. So great things, great sponsors. And the last one just coming across the board there now. Where is it? It's over here. Right there. CSCcornhole.com, Cornhole Supplies Canada. Get all of your local bags. The new fire bags, I believe, are almost ready to be online. So if you want to get the new fire bags, check them out. We got some Reynolds bags. There's all Cornhole Game Changers if you need down there. All slides, whatever you need, it is on that Cornhole Supplies Canada. And I'm thinking there's possibly some other new products coming in soon. I can't talk about them yet, but there is. So if you check them out, csccornhole.com. And I think that's it for me talking. I think you want to listen to these ladies talk, and here it is, my talk with three of the biggest stars, I want to say, in women's cornhole in Canada. Here's my talk with Kim, Nicole, and Cynthia. And as promised, we've got, I'm going to say, three of the top female people in cornhole in Canada, because two of them will be running their own leagues. The third, we know that she does all of Adam's work. It's worth it. Kim's up here, Nicole's down there, and then Cynthia Rasico right down below me. How you doing?
We're good.
Good, Doug.
Well, and as I've said, you three are probably, Kim, I got to meet you first time. You've been coming down to KW for a while, playing tournaments, and it's just, and I've said, some people have gotten upset with me that I've felt that you're one of the top women players in Canada right now. Once we can get back playing.
Thanks, Doug. I really appreciate that. Obviously I've played with a lot of great women, Nicole, and I think I've played with Cynthia one time as well. And I mean, obviously they're fantastic too.
So you are up in the Aurelia area, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
You're running one of Moondog's leagues up there. And Nicole, she's got the Peterborough logo on. She's the wife of Adam Hubbert, who runs who's the regional director in that area for the ACL. But yeah, Nicole, your league is taking off as well.
It is huge right now. Like last week we had 58 people actually came out to last week's league. So it was busy. It was crazy. We had 2 new people that came out and they chose to sponsor next week as well. So it's working out fabulous.
It's amazing.
And then last but not least, the one who I always say right down below me here is going to be keeping Brad Billard in line, because that's a really tough thing to do, will be Cynthia Rasico of the newest, the Niagara Cornhole League.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming in Niagara. We've been here and kind of failed, but we're back again, and it's been going really, really well. Last week we had like 20 comp players and 10 social players. Is only our second week. The first week we had a really good turnout too. I think the first week we had like 28 people, so we had a couple extra last week. But it's going really well, and hope continues to go well. I know there's a lot of new players that do want to come out and try it, who've messaged and shown interest. So I hope it keeps going that way.
Well, then to go with everyone's background, and just to go back to you, Cynthia, because I don't want to say you've been around for a while, but you've been around the game because you've got some friends over south of the border there with you in Niagara, that's in the Buffalo area, that you go over and play with over there. But just kind of your background within the game.
Well, I've been playing cornhole now for like 10 years. I started playing in the States, in a backyard at someone's party, and ever since then, I just love the game. I think it's amazing. It's fun. You get to meet new people all the time. Playing in the States, I was playing over there 2 times a week until COVID hit, and when COVID happened and shut the border down, I haven't been over there since. I have a lot of really good friends over there that I really miss, that I hope I can see really soon. Play with a lot of amazing people over there. Never, ever a problem to find a girl partner over there, because there's just so many people that play. Like, I mean, there's just as many girls over there that played with same as guys. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not like here. It's grown a great deal here in Canada with women over the last little while. But over there, I mean, for every guy, there's probably 5 girls that play too. So, wow. Yeah. So, and here I am.
So, Kim, your start in cornhole.
Yeah, so my start in cornhole is like kind of a funny story. It kind of started, I guess 3 years ago after Cole and I got engaged, and we knew we wanted to have an outside wedding. And I talked about, I want to have games, like I wanted it to be just a really good time. And I had mentioned to him, which I feel like may have been a mistake because he's competitive about everything, that I thought cornhole would be fun. So he kind of took it to the next level, was like looking into it. And next thing I know, he's like, "Did you know there's a league in Kitchener?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Cornhole's like a professional sport in the States. And there's a league in Kitchener and they're having a tournament in October. Like, we should go." I'm like, "I've played cornhole like twice. Like, I don't think we should go to a tournament." So he built a set of boards and we started playing, and then, went down to this tournament that ended up at the JC Cornhole compound in Kitchener, and, met lots of great people down there. And we signed up for, it was like social doubles at the time, and we ended up winning, which was like the weirdest thing ever. So that's kind of how we got started. And Cole's just so competitive. So he just wanted to keep going back and back and back. So.
Well, and Nicole, I kind of know how yours is going to start off, because I've talked to Adam. It's going to be like, my husband was down in the States for NASCAR and he came back and now I'm involved, because that's how my wife talks about it.
Yeah, it's exactly that. He came home and, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to build these boards, and here are the bean bags, and we're ordering them from the States." And then he's getting somebody in Windsor to make them for him. And it's like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? And then, oh, we're going to go to try a tournament here. And I'm not even joking you. The first tournament I went to, I feel like it was like in Kitchener, and we went down for the day, had a great time. I literally sweated through my shirt. I was so nervous. Like he had to buy me another shirt there. But I was never used to playing the game. And it was one of those things, well, if I want to see them, I should probably start playing. And that's really how it started. And same with the league. Like the league literally started as our Sunday fun day in our driveway. It moved down to the Legion. It grew the Legion, and now we're at Keystone. Like it's huge, and it's not even just our neighbors anymore. Like it's grown to the point where I don't know half the people that are there. I do now because we've been playing with them, but it's fabulous. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, and having been a part of your Sunday fun day on like a Saturday night, I think at your place, when you guys get the boards out at your place, it's like ants. Everyone just comes out of everywhere. Like it's there's like around bushes. There's people just
dreams of cornhole. Like if you build it, they will come. Honestly, like we live in town, and then we'll end up putting our trailer on our front yard to kind of block the sound from the neighbors, because we're trying to be a little bit considerate. And then I'm pretty sure he widened the driveway for the cornhole boards. He said it was for the trailer. I don't believe him. So we can put 3 sets of cornhole boards outside on the flat driveway, and then one on the lawn as well. But you're right. You build it, they will come. They just flock, which is good.
And I have to say, with that trailer, if anyone's ever invited to Peterborough to stay in the trailer, I'm going to say stay in the trailer, because you get an awesome breakfast the next morning as well.
Yes, you do.
I've been privy to that, and it was fun.
Yes, my husband loves to entertain. He absolutely loves it. So when we have people over, it's food from the time you get here to the time you leave.
So with everyone being kind of involved in a while here, what sort of changes have you seen kind of within the women's game? Because I know there's so many more playing now, which I think is great, because we're having more female, tournament like divisions in the tournaments that are here. It's what kind of changes have you seen, like Nicole?
What changes I've seen? So
yeah,
my first tournament that I went to, there was myself and 2 girls, and the one girl, she played really, really well. She played up and advanced. But now I see so many other women that are coming, and the caliber is huge, and it makes you want to actually try harder. It's not so much like, oh, we're just throwing bags. It's like, no, I think I feel like I really want to kick your butt at this. I find that it's becoming a little bit more competitive. And I find that you can actually be paired up with a male and still hold your own. Like it's not a male, female, here are your divisions type of thing. I feel like you can actually go toe to toe, which is nice.
Yeah. So Cynthia, any changes? Well, I guess you've probably seen a lot in the time that you've played.
Yeah, I've seen, again, like most of my playing until recently has been over in the States. And playing over there is so much different with like women. Like I said, there's like for every guy, there's like 5 women over there. So it's huge. And finding a female partner over in the States, there's no problem whatsoever. If your actual regular partner isn't available, well, there's like 10 women lining up to play, right? So over here in Canada, in the last I'm gonna say probably like 1.5 to 2 years, I've seen way more women come in, and it's great, because I feel like the focus over here has been on like men, all the time, right? Because there was never really a lot of women that played over here. So I think that we're on our way to changing that with the women, because there's been so many new females that have been coming in, and there's still more that come in every day. So I think it's headed in the right direction with women, and I'm really loved seeing how a lot of the tournaments are now like, there's girl singles, and there's the mixed doubles and stuff like that, because it gives more of a chance for us to highlight, not just the guys. So
Yeah, and Kim, anything that you've kind of seen that's made the change?
Yeah, super similar experience with as Nicole. First tournament I went to, I think there was maybe 3 women there, including myself. So, not a lot, but it feels like as we move forward and every tournament, there seems to be more women showing up, which is great. And, you're totally right, Nicole, when you said like we can totally hold our own against the men. Like there's no advantage to being a man in cornhole, which is great. So it is fun to beat the men, because sometimes I feel like they don't necessarily like losing to women, which makes it which makes it that much better. So, but yeah, I would say for sure over the last year, and I think when we started the Aurelia League as well, I was definitely surprised to see the amount of women that we drew out right away, which was incredible. So I'm super excited to continue to see that growth and have more women's singles moving forward and women's doubles and mixed doubles.
Well, I'll say to that, to Kim, I think I've lost to all 3 of you at some point during a tournament at some point. But as everyone knows, that's just how I play cornhole. There's not much winning going on. But now within the last couple of weeks up here, we've now seen the new Canadian Girls Play Cornhole Facebook group, which has popped up, which has actually popped up, blown up like crazy with members going in. How do you see that helping the female game here in Canada? I guess to anyone there.
Yeah. And it's funny, I didn't realize, I guess, how many women were actually involved in cornhole and helping run it and doing everything that they're doing. And then to read everybody's posts, I was out practicing today, I was doing this, and then it was quite interesting. I found learning what kind of bags everybody likes, because everybody has their own bags. I even noticed the other night at cornhole myself, I was like, I'm going to change it up. And then I found bags that I love. I keep on trying to tell my husband, I'm like, I want these ones for Christmas. But it's really interesting to see the difference in the bags and who throws what and how they throw. And I find it interesting because I just, before it was like, I'm just throwing the bag, but now I'm like, I'm actually thinking about how I'm throwing it, where I'm going to throw it, especially who I'm playing against, and if I'm going to throw that blocker up. And it's interesting. I find it very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Kim, I think you even know the 2 girls who started the Canadian Girls Play Cornhole.
Yeah. So Karen and Holly started coming out to our Moondog Aurelia League when we started it pretty well. Gosh, I think pretty close to the first week, both of them were there. They're amazing. They're great players. They're just very fun people, very positive. And I think that's a huge part of that group, is that they've kind of created this very positive environment, which is wonderful. And, it kind of focuses more on the women's perspective versus, just a general cornhole page where everyone's kind of contributing. And I know there's lots of men in there as well, but they've just kind of created that environment that's nice for everyone to open up and talk, and, for women to kind of seek advice as well if they're not necessarily comfortable with something, or, they do want advice on bags, or I know we talk in a group chat a lot about footwear, which is amazing. So, so it's just kind of nice to have that group for sure.
Yeah. Like our Hey Dudes.
Yeah.
We have a chat group outside of that group, and it's just girls in the chat group, and we've all gone out and gone crazy with buying Hey Dudes all of a sudden, but I'm telling you, if you don't have a pair, Nicole, look them up and get a pair, because they are the most comfortable shoes I have ever worn in my entire life.
I get made fun of every league night. They're like, can you and your husband not afford to buy you shoes? Because I literally walk around on my bare feet or sock feet. I can't wear shoes. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because, so how I stand at the board, it's like I have this, I can feel the edge of the board on my leg. So there's that certain spot. But if I have shoes on or a different pair of shoes, it's a different height, and I don't get that same feel. I know that sounds weird. It's a little crazy, but that's how I stand. So I either wear sock feet or bare feet, and that's
pretty cool. Like,
I find I play better from barefoot too, but I just haven't been bold enough to take my shoes off at a tournament yet.
Just do it. Do it. Nobody cares.
I'll remember that for the Peterborough tournament in December.
Exactly. Nobody judges down here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's funny. Holy.
So we talk about this Facebook group, but I think it's the Facebook groups really help to bring the younger players in, because I've seen so many younger players come into the KW system here. Like Ariel Pohl is one who's a fantastic young thrower. We've had a couple other new, I'm going to say younger females come in, being Pamela Clark, who her husband has just taken off. But Pamela now is, I'm saying, the first player to have a baby. Matt argues with me that he was the first, although it's actually his wife that had the baby. But Pam was the first one to actually, the player to have a child. And then Carly Atkinson is another one who they've come in and brought the fun back. It's I don't want to say it's the women that bring the fun of the game, because the guys are just too many idiot guys that just don't want to have fun. They just want to be idiots, if I can say that. But it's the fun, because, and that's what, we actually laugh now at league night, because and I joke, we had a couple of guys who won the league night, and they were all like grumpy face because they only got like $30 for winning. Pam won $5 for finishing fourth, and you would think she would have just won like $1 million in the lottery. So she was just like hollering, I'm a pro, I got paid to play, I won $5. But it's that fun. It's that fun that we need to have back in the game. And there's so many young players that are coming in that are making it fun. I know, Nicole, you've got like a ton of young players. I think it's the St. Thomas family. I think it's the St. Thomas family that brings people in.
So Megan and Emma St. Thomas. Megan is 20, Emma's 17, and they're playing in our advanced division. And you'll see Megan, like, I'll post on league night, like, she's up in the top 3, like first, second, or third every week. Emma is she's doing great. I know she gets upset because her consistency is not there, but those two girls will sit outside in the driveway with Brian, and they'll throw bags like on a Sunday afternoon when he gets home from work. Like, they love it. They absolutely love it. Even I don't want to say boys, but we do have a lot of younger people there. A lot of like high school kids. Like, it's great. And I love the fact, like, everybody just celebrates each other. So I don't know if it's the same in your guys' leagues, but with ours, there's not that. Trust me, they're all still really competitive, but everybody does really celebrate everybody's small victories too. So.
Yeah. So Kim, any standout players besides yourself that are up in your area that are even maybe possibly like up and coming players?
I would say, I think the most up and coming female player from our league has to be Karen Lalonde. Like, she's so good. It's insane. I love playing with her because she's incredible, but I hate playing against her because she's so good. So it's definitely a challenge to play with her. And her husband is Dave. I actually don't know if they're husband and wife, but they're together. So Dave is great as well. And I think, that definitely helps her. They play really well together. So Karen for sure. Same with Holly, and even Lisa Dunlop Fournier is amazing. There's lots of really strong females in Aurelia, which is great. So, I'm excited to kind of get our league up and running again. Hopefully soon. We are on a brief pause right now looking for a new venue. But I'd like to get that up and running again soon so we can kind of continue to grow and hopefully find some more up and comers.
So Cynthia, anyone from your area that we should be looking out for? Because I know that you're probably one of the top ones there.
So with Niagara, like, there's not, women have just started coming out in Niagara. Like, there's a really big cornhole league in St. Catharines. It's out of like the Niagara Sport Place or whatever it's called, but they don't play cornhole how we typically play cornhole. They play it in a group setting. So there's 4 people on a team, and they have a lot of women that go out to their league nights. So I'm trying to feed off of that. So I know maybe it's kind of bad, but whenever I see them post on Facebook or whatever, and I see people comment or whatever, like, I literally like go to that person's Facebook and I send them a message. Like, I'm like so bad. I'm like oh my God. But we don't really have a lot of women playing right now in Niagara. We have some, And then we have like some that just come out and like they're really not serious about the game. Like they're just there for the fun. Like, you know what I mean? They love it, but like they're just like they're not, you know, they don't want to go to tournaments or whatever, stuff like that. But I did meet Shannon from Strathroy this weekend in Wallaceburg. She's a really, really great shooter. And she's just going to continue to get better because she's really like into the sport. And then I have Tracy in Toronto. I'm not really sure what league she actually plays out of. I mean, I don't, because she like kind of travels all over the place. So not really sure exactly.
I think every league.
Yeah, I'm not really
every
sure
league is a home league.
Right, I'm not really sure she has a home league because I don't know. She's all over the place all the time. I see her at all the different ones. And then I do have one consistent girl here in Niagara that's been playing for a while. Her name's Julia. Forgive me, I can't even begin to pronounce her last name, so I'm not even gonna try. But her name's Julia, and she's I'm gonna call her like a sharpshooter, like, because she just is like, she'll be like playing and then all of a sudden she's just like bam bam bam, and I'm like what the hell, like she just comes out of nowhere, you know. And she's not afraid to play with the guys either, which is really good. And yeah, so hopefully we can just keep growing with the women here in Niagara. It is my main goal with that, because like we've already got a fan base of guys here. Like, I mean, there's no problem finding a guy that wants to play cornhole. It's the women that we need to draw in. So that's my big focus. And I'm literally going to continue doing that Facebook thing.
Yeah. And I'd be remiss, Amber Rogers, who I call the reigning ACL International Director of the Year, because we know that Sean doesn't do any of the work. It's all Amber. But she, unfortunately, she had no reception, couldn't be able to get in. But she had said that in Newfoundland, they've got the amount of females playing there is unbelievable as well. And I know that Gwenny Fowler, I believe she is in the top 25 in the ACL standings right now. But there's her, Stephanie Edwards, Valerie Newhook. They're all this. If you watch the Cornhole Newfoundland, there's always women in their final pictures, which I think is fantastic. It's been like that from the start, and they're playing 3 nights a week. And
oh, wow.
I think a couple of women, Sean and Amber, had to take this week off because they weren't feeling well. So a couple of women were in a Walmart parking lot trying to do up their own league night because they couldn't do it. But you know,
that's amazing.
It's that everyone gets addicted, and I think the other great thing is that it's and I think you guys have all kind of alluded to it a bit, is that it's the perfect night out for couples to be able to go and do something together. Although my wife is fine for me just to go on and get out of the house, but still, but it's it's that couples thing.
Well, we have the 3 divisions. We have the social, competitive, and advanced. So Adam's in the advanced, I'm in the competitive. So we get there, we set up. I don't see him until we pack everything up and leave. So as of January, he's actually starting another league. So we'll do the winter series come January, and then he's going to have like a date night. So on Thursday nights, it's going to be bring your own partner, mixed doubles, and he's actually going to play with me. So this is going to be fun.
Oh,
but I'm excited
that's
for that
exciting
too, because it'll challenge me a little bit more. Like I always had stayed down the levels because it was nice to mingle with the new people coming in. You didn't want to kind of leave them, you know, here, go play cornhole, but I'm going to go play up here. You guys figure it out. That's not how we roll. That's not it. So I've always stayed down, and we have fun and we chat and, you know, give them tips and tricks. And they always ask about, you know, bags and stuff, but it's definitely going to be really, really nice to have that mixed league, that mixed doubles in January, where we can actually come and do the whole date nights. I know that we've had a lot of people, they're really excited about it.
Well, yeah. And so, and the other great thing about with some of the new stuff that we're doing here, it's actually in Ontario, is that I know that all 3 of you are involved with the Sox league that's coming up, where, you know, each team because we wanted to incorporate the female players, each team has to have a quota of women on it to be able to play, which I think is fantastic. And every team has filled that and then some, because I think, Nicole, I think you guys are like 50%.
Yeah,
for your team.
Adam didn't have a tryout. We were all talking about Adam's going to have a tryout for the Sox League, but no, he's like, this is going to be a fun traveling team, guys. So we have our 5 couples like that we all hang out with. That's what we're doing. That's who we are. We do have our backups in case some of us can't make it, but other than that, it's the 5 couples that we all hang around with. So we got 5 and 5. It works out perfect.
Yes, I think Kim, I think you were kind of. I think we were kind of bouncing some stuff off of you for the Sox League too, but I think it's gonna be fun. I know my team has to play against you, and we have to play against Nicole. Which yeah. It should be a fun thing though, because I know Cynthia, I know you've kind of brought the Niagara crew into it as well.
Yeah. Again, I don't know everybody that's on the team. To be honest with you, I mean, I know the general off the top of my head, like Brad and Jeff, and because Brad had already started putting the team together, and then I kind of like popped back into the equation because I kind of left cornhole for a little while for certain reasons, but I'm back, and so Brad asked me if I wanted to be on the team, and I, was like, yeah, I do. So I kind of joined, and I'm really excited, and I'm really looking forward to that. So I'm sure it's gonna be a fun time. I'm when I play cornhole, like I'm not about, we just talked about like always winning and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not all about the winning. Like for me, it's not that for me. Like I love cornhole. I love going out and being with different people all the time, having a good time. And like if I see people laughing and having a good time, that's my win. Like, and if I win, that's just extra, So I'm looking forward to it.
Looks like I think it's a thing that's going to bring a lot of people together that that our cornhole world here in Ontario is big. I think people don't realize how big it is, and this is really going to bring it in to really kind of put in perspective just how big we are.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just kind of my thing. So I want to thank you, ladies, for coming on talking cornhole here. I want to do this again with the round table. Maybe bring Amber in, but I know in 2 weeks here on the show you'll hear it. We're having Karen and Holly on from the Canadian Girls Play Cornhole, which I think should be a fun time. And I'm hoping to see all of you possibly in the I got in trouble for saying this last time, the ACL Canada Central Conference. These ACL people just make stuff too long, these names. I just can't talk. But hoping to see.
I asked Adam like 4 times. I'm like, what is your title? What do you do? What is it called? He's like, I've already told you. I'm like, just text it to me so then I know what it is.
When the ACL gets into their virtual stuff, it just it's like 8 sentences long each name. But no, hoping to see you all down in St. Catharines December 11th and 12th, I think it is.
Yes, but yeah, we're in Mexico.
Oh, that's right. You're going to be watching all of
Mexico. Yeah. I know. Adam was like, "We're in Mexico." I'm like, "Yes, we are. We're not canceling the trip for cornhole." Nope. We're going to Mexico.
Oh my God. You can play cornhole in Mexico.
Oh my gosh.
I was going to say that. I think you guys did bring cornhole to Mexico.
Yeah.
Did you not? Like, he had the bag and everything. He got that for Christmas. Like, he had the cornhole bag, and literally that's how he made friends down there. He just pulled out the cornhole boards. It was perfect though. Like, it's a smaller resort, so it's actually kind of nice to do.
We have to give the resort a shout out now, so people know that they can go there and play cornhole at this resort. So which resort is it?
Ocean, Coral, and Turquoises in Mexico. Flew into Cancun, but yeah, took the boards and bags down there. Now, from what I hear, they have their own boards and bags now. They're obviously not what we're used to, but I'm sure he'll be able to find some to play with while we're down there, because I don't think we're taking them this time.
Okay, so you'll be watching us. You'll be watching us from the beach.
Yeah, so Adam says we're taking them in January. So in January when we go back, we'll be taking the boards and bags again.
He's prepared.
Oh my God, that's great.
Yeah, it actually, it was one of those things you're kind of looking, people are looking at you like, yeah, we're taking cornhole boards to Mexico. That's what we're doing. Yay. But honestly, people were walking by and some people had no clue what the heck it was and they loved it. They absolutely loved it. And even League Night at Keystone, we have golfers and there's a lot of golfers that will come out, go in to pay their tab and they're like, what are you guys setting up for? Can we throw some bags? And they're just like, okay, so we usually golf Wednesdays. Do you have another night? So we told another couple about the mixed doubles coming January, and they were quite excited about that. Like, okay, we'd like to do things together. we'll catch up with you guys and we'll come back. So I think it is great. I think it's great. I think it's growing. It's huge. It's a lot of fun.
Exactly. And like I said, I hope to see all three of you guys, not this next one because some people will be watching from Mexico, but just all three of you guys on the boards at a tournament, because now that all this COVID crap is not really behind us, but still behind us, we can be back playing again. And so, yeah, so I want to thank you for coming on. We will do this with the round table on the female game again, hopefully in a live setting. How about that?
That sounds
Perfect.
good.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Doug.
Thanks, Doug.
And there it is. I want to thank Kim, Nicole, Cynthia for coming on, talking some great stuff. They've all been around the game and had some, and I've done some great stuff within it to help grow the game in each one of their cities. It's been fantastic, and I would be remiss if I didn't say a couple other names that are in our group that's here, because it's just our female base here in Kitchener has really grown as well too. We call them the family pole. It's Kim Pole, Kylie Pole, Ariel Pole. Ariel, former guest on the show because her dad won't come on, so we had Ariel. Ariel, and then also some other. We've got Annette Burgess. She comes out all the time. Sorry, Annette, you only come out when you aren't going for a massage, but we'll talk about that another time. And then some other new players that are coming out, being Mitch Hunter, who's now, and I just talked with Jamie Cowan about this here on Thursday night, that she's been stepping up each week, getting better and better, and I know that she's doing great. And then I've talked about this one on the show before, Angela Smiley. Angela's just like she's throwing, like, for gentlemen just starting out to playing on the boards here a couple months ago, once we came back out of COVID, she was like off the start just throwing 10s, 9s and 10s all the time, just really putting pressure on a couple of the veteran players that really had them open their eyes to watch her play. So the women's game within Canada is it's getting just great, with a lot of younger players coming in the game too, which is, I think, amazing to see. And with the stuff that Karen and Holly are doing with Canadian Girls Play Cornhole, I think it's just stuff sky's the limit with it. And I know Karen and Holly will be coming on the show here within the next few weeks. We've been kind of talking just what time that we can do a record with this year, and then them even partnering up with some stuff with ACL Canada, and also we've been talking beyond, doing some stuff beyond with the show here. So I think it's the women's game. I've always thought has been underutilized, not getting the credit that they deserve. Like I've said that on the show before, with having Christine Papke, Sam Finley, Cheyenne Renner on the show, Allison Peters. Like, there's some top players here that are doing some great things in the ACL, and I'm just hoping that's going to be coming up with the ACL Canada, and us being able to show them off down in the States, and even with some pro events up here, or even some of our even bigger conference events. If we do, well, we will be going live feed, so you will be seeing some fantastic women's action on December 12th. You have to check out the live feed. Hopefully, Trey, if you're watching, we can get on the ACLDN, the new ACL 24, ACL Cornhole 24, maybe, possibly. But yeah. So, other thing, if you're listening on the audio side and you're still around here, come over to the YouTube side, hit that subscribe button, give the show a thumbs up, make a comment, whatever. That way, if you're subscribed, you can get into the upcoming contests. We've got the 300 subscriber. We're almost there. We kind of keep flirting with that 300 number. I need to get to that Mendoza line if you're a baseball enthusiast. We get there, we'll give away a set of bags. And again, if you're on the audio side, just I can't believe all the support, the downloads I've been getting, like 10,000 in the last 7 weeks, which is just mind blowing to me because it's I kind of went last year total I had like 1,700, like almost 1,200 downloads last year total, and now to already be at like 10,000 for the last 7 weeks. That's not even counting all the weeks before that. So thanks for the support out there. Like I said, if you can come over, give the YouTube show a subscribe. Let me know just that you're watching, you like what's going on. Send me a message. Let me know. Just like I said, good, bad, or otherwise. Let me know just what you think of the show. If I just need to not talk or whatever, let me know. And we're having some fun here because it's something I love doing. I'm gonna keep doing it as long as I get even one viewer, as Trey did say on a show long ago, that I started with like the one viewer, the one subscriber, and it's just I've just grown from there, having fun. Sorry, Donald McPhee, growing the game here in Canada, getting it bigger, and the ACL is just with the ACL Canada now, we are just the sky. And like I said a bunch of times, sky's the limit with cornhole in Canada. That being said, look for early January, to have the Canada-Australia matches coming up here. They'll be on some virtual stuff with them because I know they still can't do much traveling within themselves. So we'll be doing all virtual stuff with Australia. And I was talking with Daniel Turner the other night, and look for some more Australian players right here on the Down and Back talking cornhole from down under, and yeah, just having some fun. So enough of me blabbering on. As always, check out the sponsors: OctaneCornhole.com, MyEarFun.com, JCCornhole.com, CSCCornhole.com, SierraHome.com. If you're in the Edmonton area, Sherwood Park, let Darren know that you heard about him on the show here. Give him a like on Facebook, Sierra Property Inspections. And till next week, keep those bags going and watch out for those players throwing gas, because they might, that's right, just kick your ass.